Hi everyone, it's me, Arielle, and it's Wednesday Warriors. And today I'm going to be answering a pretty simple question. And the question is, how do I know exactly what emotion I'm feeling? We're doing a new rotation this week, and we are doing questions that are from an eating disorder recovery workbook. And it's a good question because I think even though we don't realize we struggle with that question, sometimes we do. So in response to this question, I actually think that you should ask yourself some questions. For example, how do I know exactly what emotion I'm feeling? That's the question at hand. So, what made me feel the way that I feel? Did something just happen? Did you just remember something? Did you just flash back to something? Did someone say something to you? Did you watch something? Did you hear something? Try to sort of assess what made you feel the way that you feel. And then from there, do I feel good or bad, negative or positive? And that should be the simplest thing to decide. You're going to know in an instant whether you're feeling good or bad, positive or negative. Then go through various emotions in your head and see if any of them resonate with you. For example, anger, happiness, relief, joy, sadness, guilt, jealousy, fear. And there are obviously many more emotions than just those, but if you go through those words in your head, you can sort of ask yourself quickly, is that what I'm feeling? Is that what I'm feeling? And when you hit on the right one, you'll probably know. Don't ask yourself what you should be feeling. There is no should. There is no emotion that you should be feeling at any given time, in any given place. Just honestly assess which of these emotions feels right, not which one you should be feeling because of what just happened or what you just saw or heard. Then ask yourself, have I ever felt this way before? And see if you can pinpoint any other time in your life or in your day that you felt this exact same way, and see if you can remember what emotion you were feeling at that point and better figure out what it is you're feeling now. Also ask yourself, why is it hard for me to determine what I'm feeling? Sometimes when you ask yourself the real question at hand, you can sort of get deeper under the layers of everything that's there. If you ask yourself, why is it hard for me to determine what I'm feeling, you might be able to sort of tap into the real root of everything. Is it because you're ashamed of the emotion? Is it because the person that brings out that emotion in you is someone that confuses you? Are you in a confused state at the time yourself in general? Does feeling guilty or happy, for example, make you feel uncomfortable? If you can sort of figure out why it's hard for you to determine what you're feeling, you're going to be one step closer to answering the real question. How do I know exactly what emotion I'm feeling? I would also suggest to draw how you're feeling. Sometimes you may be able to give it a word when you see it as a visual instead of feel it inside of you. Sometimes it's really hard to put into words what we're feeling, but if you can sort of draw that on paper, whether it's just fierce colors, or whether it's a little scenario of something that just happened, whether it's a stick figure person that is looking a certain way and embodying the way you feel, maybe when you see it, you'll be able to call it something. You'll be able to say once and for all, I'm feeling anger, I'm feeling resentment, I'm feeling shame. And remember, really remember that it's not as important that you name your emotion as it is that you're able to work through it. It's funny when you take a simple question and you are trying to figure out the answer, but you don't really know the answer. Have you ever just sat somewhere or stood somewhere and started to cry or felt tears sort of creeping in the backs of your eyes, but you didn't really know why, or you thought you might know why, but you didn't know exactly what you were feeling that would have such a response come from you? Well, that's sort of, where this question comes in. And for some people, it's really, really easy for them to figure out what emotion they're feeling. Some people consider themselves very, very emotional, very in tune with themselves, at least very in tune with their feelings, whether the feelings be positive or negative or both. But then, there are some people, or even people just at certain times in their life where they can't figure out what emotion they actually are feeling, or they want to call it something, but maybe it's not that. Maybe they're mistaken. Maybe they've sort of been brainwashed into thinking they're feeling a different emotion than they really are. So if you use these quick questions in response to that question and just take a few minutes and ask yourself all those things, you can figure out what it is you're feeling. And it's always good to know what you're feeling, because the more you know yourself, the better you can learn yourself. And the better you can learn yourself, the better off you're going to feel. This is going to be a fairly quick video today, everyone, because the question is so simple that it's not something that needs to be overanalyzed, I don't think. I mean, it isn't necessarily a topic that I can talk forever on. I mean, sometimes I have trouble fitting my thoughts into a 10-minute video on YouTube, but this isn't one of them. And I think the more that I would stand here and analyze every little piece of the question and go through every element, there's only so much you can say. You know, overanalyzing it is going to ruin it. Fact is, only you're going to be able to determine what emotion you're feeling. So all I can do is give you a few tools to help you get there and to sort of work through that problem, but the rest is up to you. Have a great week, everyone. Bye!